Have you ever wanted to date a ghost? Well, now you can in the creepy Ghost Otome game, Homicipher. I happened upon this game while looking for some spooky games to make videos on for the Halloween season. I saw people swooning over this guy named Mr. Crawling and was like, that's a dead guy with no eyes. Why is everyone obsessed with him? What is this game? So I looked into it and discovered that Homicipher is basically a ghost dating sim, which sounds like a bizarre premise for a game. But as a lover of both otome and horror games, I was so curious. I had to know more. And let me tell you, this game shocked me. It is so much more than a silly ghost dating game. It's full of crazy plot twists, deep lore, countless endings, moments that will leave you speechless, and surprisingly lovable characters. Today, I am going to take you through the plot of Homicipher because more people need to be open to this game, okay? I know it sounds like a weird concept, and it is. But I promise you're going to find this game way more interesting than you think you will. But first, the disclaimer. Please do not take this video as a serious review. In these videos, I focus more on the story rather than the gameplay, as that is what is most interesting to me. So if you're looking for someone to go super in-depth on the gameplay and things like that, this is not the video for you. Also, please do not take this video as me hating on this game. I genuinely enjoy all of the games that I talk about, even if I'm poking fun at them. We're just here to have some fun. Okay, disclaimer over. Let's date some ghosts. The game begins with our main character waking up in a very creepy place. It's nothing but endless concrete hallways and rooms filled with creepy ghosts. Now, you can name the main character whatever you want, but her canon/default name is Adami Adashino. So that's what I'm going to call her. So Adami wakes up in this strange other world, and to make the whole situation even worse, she's lost all of her memories and has no clue how she even ended up there in the first place. So right off the bat, our main character is in the worst situation imaginable. She sees a scary figure at the end of the hallway and runs into another room. However, there's another scary figure in there too. But the good news is that he seems to be friendly. So this is Mr. Hood. None of the ghosts in this game have names, so Adami just calls everyone Mr./Ms. Insert obvious trait about them here. Hence, Mr. Hood. Adami talks to Mr. Hood and realizes that everyone here speaks a different language she's never heard of. And the main gameplay of Homicipher is using clues to figure out all the words they use and adding them to your dictionary. Once you figure their language out, you realize that they don't talk in complete sentences like we humans do. For example, instead of saying, I'm going to walk out the door, they would say, me go door. It definitely takes some getting used to, but honestly, the way they talk is kind of adorable. Anyway, Mr. Hood teaches Adami the basics of ghost language, and she continues to make her way through the never-ending creepy hallways in hopes of finding her way back to our world. This is when she runs into Mr. Gap. He's this creepy little dude who only appears in gaps. He always asks Adami if she'll give him one of her body parts, and if she agrees, he kills her and it's game over. If she says no, he's like, ah, darn, okay, and he goes away. You kind of have to respect him for always asking for consent to steal appendages and backing off if you tell him no. After this, Adami meets a severed head named Mr. Chopped. Get it? Cause his head's chopped off? The way Mr. Chopped talks is super cute. He asks Adami to carry him back to his room, and if you don't agree to help this sweetie, then I fear you're just a monster. And the game will also punish you for it, because then you get captured by this guy, Mr. Silver, who's some sort of like mad scientist man, and he turns you into one of his research subjects. Your first interaction with Mr. Silver is much more pleasant if you take Mr. Chopped with you. This is the room Mr. Chopped wanted Adami to take him to. He and Mr. Silver are really good friends, and this is where he lives. I don't know if that's the right term. I don't think anyone really has a home in this world. Mr. Silver thanks Adami for bringing Mr. Chopped back. He helps her learn more of their language, and she's off again. While exploring, she hears someone coming and hides. There he is, the fan favorite that everyone loves, Mr. Crawling. I'm sure as we make our way through the game, we'll find out why everyone loves Mr. Crawling so much, but I don't know. He's a ghost. I really don't see myself loving him like that. I was wrong. I am so serious. I did not think that I was gonna love the ghost man like everyone else does, but I do. Mr. Crawling is just this pure soul, okay? He is such a sweetie. From the moment Adami meets him, he stays by her side because he believes she's a good person and he wants to protect her. Throughout the game, he gives her advice and helps protect her from danger. He's always worried about her health and trying to make her happy. Mr. Crawling is the exact type of person you want in your life, okay? He always has your back. Anyway, moving on. Adami continues to look for the exit with Mr. Crawling by her side. All of a sudden, he warns her that someone unsafe is coming and hides her. So that mysterious man is Mr. Scarlatella. All we really know about him right now is that every time he gets close, the world gets all glitchy. Mr. Crawling says that he's dangerous, and I trust Mr. Crawling with my life, therefore I will always hide when Mr. Scarlatella is around. The two enter another room and run into this guy, Mr. Stitch. He's like, hey, I want to eat the human. Can I? And Mr. Crawling is like, no. And then Mr. Stitch just kind of leaves you alone. These ghosts are the kings of consent. I love it. Now let's take a break and enjoy some magic. Okay, fun time's over. Adami is attacked by some water ghosts and she's saved by Mr. Crawling. Her clothes are all wet now, but conveniently there's a ghost that appears when you say the word clothes, and she'll give you something new to wear. Now that Adami is all cleaned up, they keep exploring. However, she starts to feel dizzy and passes out. When she wakes up, she notices her arm is starting to change. It's becoming more like the ghosts around her. But it's okay because Mr. Crawling pats her on the head and makes her feel better. Aww. I am healed of all wounds. Suddenly, Mr. Scarlatella appears and Adami runs away, getting separated from Mr. Crawling. Mr. Scarlatella gets closer and closer, asking for her name. She tries hitting him, but all attacks go right through him. He closes in, but the best boy saves the day. I cannot get over how easily these ghosts give up when you ask them to stop. Adami decides to rest for a bit and recalls some of her memories while she's asleep. There was a rumor about an abandoned building that people called the Ghost Apartments. If you go there on a rainy day, a man in a red coat with an umbrella will appear. If you tell him your name, he'll take your soul. It's said that anyone who goes to the Ghost Apartments is never seen again. However, Adami has gone to the Ghost Apartments several times now, but since then, Mr. Scarlatella, the ghost from the rumors, has been following her. She wakes up and the two start moving again. No! Where is he? Bring him back! So Mr. Hugeface is kind of really annoying. He'll show up sometimes and you just have to run or else he'll trap you and kill you. He grabs Adami and she struggles until she's free. She falls and is hurt. Adami? Is that what you look like? Yikes. Her wounds seem to have healed already, which is kind of weird, but she just rolls with it and keeps moving. But where's Mr. Crawling? Shortly after this, she finds an elevator which leads back to the human world. You can get an ending if you choose to take the elevator and leave this place forever, but there's still a lot of game left. Adami chooses not to go through the exit she's been looking for and keeps exploring this terrifying world for some reason. I'm starting to think that Adami is not normal. She walks until she discovers something amazing. He's back! The two stumble upon the elevator again. From here, you could choose to leave Mr. Crawling behind and go home. Ah! No! Adami leaves and has somehow lost her memories of the other world, which is probably for the best. I know I wouldn't want to remember hurting Mr. Crawling. This ending is awful. I hate it. We're going back and choosing to take Mr. Crawling with us. In this ending, Adami lives with Mr. Crawling and they're happy together. They hang out and cuddle, and she feeds him bowls of what looks like blood. Adami, where are you getting that? This is the true ending for me. All the others aren't real. This is the only canon one. But if you'd like to continue the game, you can choose to ignore the elevator once again and save Mr. Chopped from this goat kid. All of a sudden, the world shakes. Mr. Crawling explains that this happens from time to time. The world will shake and all the paths change. So if Adami wants to go back to the elevator, she'll have to start from scratch and find it again. But let's be honest, she'd probably just ignore it again and stay in this world. At this point, I don't think she actually wants to leave. They bring Mr. Chopped with them in hopes that they'll find Mr. Silver's room again to return him. Along the way, they find some cat ears and make Mr. Chopped wear them. Adami tells him it's cute. Finally, they find Mr. Silver and the group decides to have a little rest. Adami has another dream, this time about another rumor, the Phantom in a Raincoat. They appear on rainy nights and kill anyone they come across. Once Adami wakes up, you have the option to go down the Mr. Silver route and get a few endings with him. This happens by having Adami go to bed and then doing this. Why would she do that? It seems like she failed to kill him though, because she wakes up in a cage that Mr. Silver put her in. But then one of Mr. Silver's research subjects escapes and is trying to kill them. It attacks them, but Mr. Silver hits it and sets it on fire. Then the two decide to go their separate ways. This ending is titled, I Wanted You to Be Happy. I later discovered the reason that this ending is named that. Earlier, you have the option to tell Mr. Chopped that you wish he had a body. Mr. Chopped takes this to heart, or head, and gets himself a body, but it turns him into a vicious monster that attacks everyone, and Mr. Silver was forced to kill him. Mr. Chopped got a body because he wanted you to be happy, but it got him killed. Thanks, game. Now I'm traumatized. So you can get a few more endings with Mr. Silver. After the Mr. Chopped incident, he needs a new room to do his research, so Adami decides to help him. As they search, Mr. Silver explains to her that the ghosts here are able to regenerate their bodies when they're killed. At this point, Adami has spent so much time in this world that she is now a ghost and even looks like them. You can get an ending where Adami decides to stay with Mr. Silver since she can't return home now that she's a ghost. Or you could do this. What is wrong with this girl? You later run into Mr. Silver's slowly regenerating body, and you have the option to either demand that he leaves you alone, like a jerk, or apologize to him, and he invites you to keep helping him look for a new room for his research. The ghosts in this game are far too forgiving. Anyway, let's move on from Mr. Silver and keep going down the game's main path. And more importantly, get back to hanging out with Mr. Crawling. So remember when Adami told Mr. Chopped that it was cute when he wore cat ears? How disturbingly adorable. The two head off again, but Adami starts to see visions of the Phantom in a raincoat. It's having a strange effect on her mind. Mr. Crawling? You killed him! Adami, you monster! From here, Adami is trying to remember her form or something, and you can pick if she's big, small, or normal. I don't know. It's weird. I don't really get it. If you say that she's big, she grows, and it sends you down a route where you work with this guy named Mr. Machete to defeat Mr. Hugeface. No offense, Mr. Machete, but I don't care about you. Mr. Crawling just died, and now I'm forced to hang out with this weirdo I just met. If you choose to be small, Adami shrinks and is immediately like, ah crap, that was wrong. No, I'm tiny. She runs into Mr. Hood, and he agrees to carry her around. They keep running into this creepy lady, Ms. Blueclad, who's like, hey, give me the tiny person. Mr. Hood tells her no, and she leaves. Ms. Blueclad may be persistent and won't stop asking for Adami, but again, you have to admire that she respects a no. Mr. Hood continues to carry Adami. He's alive! They head to Mr. Silver's room, and Mr. Hood drops Adami off and is like, bye. Then Mr. Crawling shows her how to return to a normal size. You know, if it was that easy, why didn't Mr. Hood just tell her to do that ages ago? Adami tries to leave, but the ever-annoying Mr. Hugeface appears, grabs her, and drops her somewhere else. Adami tries to kill him, but her vision becomes distorted and she attacks Mr. Hood instead. But he puts her in her place and decides to keep exploring with her, which gives you the Mr. Hood ending. Finally, you can choose to be normal-sized, where you have the option of getting an ending with Mr. Chopped, where Adami takes him to the ghost hairdresser to get a haircut, and then she agrees to stay with him. That is a surprisingly chill ending that I really needed after the other one with Mr. Chopped. Continuing down the normal size path, Mr. Scarlatella appears, and Mr. Gap is kind enough to not steal any of your limbs while you hide with him. From here, you can get an ending where Adami finds the elevator and leaves, but everyone is terrified of her because she's turned into a terrifying ghost. Mr. Gap appears and offers to take her back to the ghost world. He says that Adami is fun, and you can get an ending with him here. But let's be honest, you probably don't want an ending with the guy who's trying to steal your body parts. Yeah, maybe we should just ignore the elevator for the billionth time and keep exploring. Oh, this was totally the right decision. I'm so sorry. I didn't want to do that. It was Adami who did it. Of course you did. You killed him. Adami is so lucky that these ghosts are so forgiving. But I swear, if she hurts him again, I'm going to flip. From here, you can get a wonderful ending where you just spend all of time relaxing with Mr. Crawling. Or you can keep going until you run into another human who's wandered into this world. He's scared of Adami because she looks like a scary monster now, and honestly, she might just be one anyway. But she kindly helps him by telling him to look for the elevator. And I'm sure that he won't just ignore it, unlike someone I know. Then you run into Mr. Stitch. That coat looks a little familiar. Oh my god, someone didn't respect a no for the first time in this game. Mr. Crawling isn't crawling. I fear you're done for, Mr. Stitch. You can get a different ending, where Mr. Stitch manages to take Adami all the way to this bus. It starts to move on its own, and Adami demands that Mr. Stitch tells her how to stop it. He thinks it's a fun game, so he's reluctant, but he eventually tells her how to stop. Mr. Stitch can't catch a break! Back to the main path of the game, Mr. Gap appears and tells Adami that he'll give her an interesting magazine in exchange for one of her fingers. At this point, she's a full-on ghost, so she's like, whatever. She gives him a finger, and it immediately grows back. The magazine has a picture of the Phantom in a raincoat. Mr. Gap comments that it looks like Adami. This causes her to remember everything. She was the Phantom in a raincoat. She was a serial killer that dumped bodies of the people she killed at the ghost apartments. Yeah, that explains a lot. On the day she wandered into the ghost world, she bumped into Mr. Scarlatella after another kill. She ran from him, went down an elevator, and ended up in this world. Mr. Scarlatella appears and begs Adami for her name, and says that they love each other. You see, Mr. Scarlatella thought that the bodies Adami was dumping at the ghost apartments were a gift for him, and now he thinks that they're in love with each other. I kind of feel bad for Mr. Scarlatella. He thinks Adami loves him back, but she just kept running away from him, and now she's beating him with a crowbar. I know he's not exactly a good person, but it's not like Adami's any better. You can get a few endings from this point. The first is probably the goofiest, where Mr. Gap saves Adami. This appendage-stealing freak is kind of growing on me. There's another ending where it seems like Adami has escaped Mr. Scarlatella. That is until she finds an umbrella laying on the ground and picks it up. And now they're together forever. There is truly nothing more romantic than having this face appear in front of you at random for the rest of your life. There's another ending where Adami uses all of her strength to destroy Mr. Scarlatella. All that remains is a broken red umbrella. She hears his voice coming from it. He's asking who he is. He lost all of his memories. So Adami tells him that he's her servant who will stay by her side for all of time, and he happily agrees. Guys, I think the scary red man is just lonely. I'm really starting to feel bad for him. Finally, you have an ending where instead of making Mr. Scarlatella her servant, she just breaks the umbrella, fully killing him. Okay, I seriously feel bad for him. After this, Adami wakes up in the ghost world again. Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Scarlatella, but it was worth destroying you to see this. And that does it for Homicipher. What a delightful game! Well, okay, delightful might not be the right word considering all the murder that happens, but I still had a great time with this game. When I first heard about Homicipher, I thought it'd be too edgy for me. You know, like it'd only be something enjoyed by a 13-year-old going through that phase where they're obsessed with all things creepy and weird. But that's not the case at all. The lore in this game was fascinating to uncover. Learning the truth about Mr. Scarlatella and Adami's identity, figuring out that most, if not all of the ghosts were people who wandered into the ghost departments just like Adami, seeing how the world affected her the longer she stayed. There are so many different endings too, and they're all interesting. I shared all of the big ones that are important to the story with you, but there are even more that you can get. And I did not expect the characters to be so lovable, but they are. I've already gone on about how I would die for Mr. Crawling. He's just the sweetest and I adore him. But everyone else was great too. Mr. Chopped was cute, Mr. Silver was interesting, Mr. Gap was a freak but hilarious, and I really did feel for Mr. Scarlatella. I don't know if I was supposed to, but I did. I just love everyone. Well, maybe except Adami. She scares me a little. And I think I'm gonna have to confiscate Mr. Crawling from her. I don't trust her to be left alone with him. Have any of you played Homicipher? Let me know in the comments below. Also let me know if there are any other games, movies, media, etc. that you'd like me to make a video on. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe to see more content from me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!